Yeah. So basically, you may be already knowing how the DC-DC converter is working. So basically, in the DC-DC converter, we will be having a DC supply, and there are two types of converters. So we are basically focusing on the DC-DC buck converter. So the main interest of the buck converter is to step down the voltage from one level to other level. So for example, for our purpose, we have a rating of 50 volts and 20 ampere. So the peak power rating is 1000 watts. Peak power rating is 1000 watts. And here you will be able to get a controlled voltage and a controlled current. So here the voltage that it is there here, this is a controlled voltage 0 to 48 for now, and controlled current is 0 to 20 ampere. This much you can able to get at the output terminals. So how are we doing inside the box is, if you observe carefully, we are using a switch and then a inductive filter as well as a capacitive filter and then a load. So this is how basically the basic philosophy of this DC-DC converter. So the input voltage DC is V in, the output voltage is V naught. So in our developed board we have onboard sensors. So onboard sensors, in the sense it is having onboard voltage and current sensor. Now what we are doing actually is, the main role is controlling this switch. The main, how are we controlling this switch is indicates the main role. However, we have some capacitance also here at the input terminals to, for in case if you connect to the PV system or something or like that. So now what are we doing is, we are keeping a voltage sensor here. With this voltage sensor we are sensing the voltage. So this voltage is represented as actual voltage V naught. This voltage is coming here and we are giving some reference voltage. This reference voltage is said to be set point voltage. Okay, so the error will be going through a PI controller. That error will be processed. So whatever the error is coming, that will be processed through PI controller such that the error will be minimized. So here the reference will be current reference. So whatever the value that is coming here, the current reference. Whatever the reference that is coming, what we are doing is, we are also adding one more command, that is current reference command. And we are sensing with the help of current sensors, we are sensing the actual current. So after that, this error is also passed through PI controller and then compared with a sawtooth waveform. So this is a comparator. From there duty will be generated. That duty will be given to this switch. So the converter, whatever I have given you, it is operating at a frequency of 150 kilohertz, such that what will happen, in case if you suddenly change the reference voltage, within no time you can able to see the output voltage also changed. Now what we did is, this voltage ref and I reference command we took to a DSP processor. So all this program is running in the DSP processor, and voltage set, like voltage ref I reference through a PC. So your PC, through a PC you can control the voltage reference command and current reference command, and you can see all the parameter. What is the voltage here, what is the current, output current, what is the input current, what is the input voltage, and the product of this power, input power, output power. All this information you can see in the PC software, that whatever I have given you. So that PC software is we are developing using with the help of LabVIEW. Okay, so this is the overall schematic of this design of the converter. Now what are we doing here is, so as we are going ahead, we are taking a DC bus of something like this. So this DC bus is having plus and minus. So we are having a converter. This is converter number 1. In this converter number 1, the terminal of the converter 1, this is plus and minus, is connected to plus and minus of the bus bar. So here, since this is only a DC converter, we should equip with some supply. So it may be battery supply, it may be fuel cell supply, or it may be grid also. So what are we actually doing is, internally we kept a switch mode power supply, which is also called as a SMPS, where the 220 volt up and 50 hertz grid supply is given to this SMPS, and this SMPS plus minus, it is converting to 220 to 50 volts, and then it is given to internally, which is whatever we have discussed, internally operated DC-DC converter, and that is connected to here, these two terminals, plus and minus. Now this way we are doing our system. Now to control this, we are using two type of control methods. So one is using PC, we can control. So like we'll tell you, so this is one approach, one converter is connected here. Like this, similarly one more converter also can be connected here. Similarly one more converter also can be connected here. Basically if you assume this is source number 1, this is source number 2, and this is source number 3. Now what is the agenda and the problem statement here is, yes, fine, this is source number 1 and this is source number 2, this is source number 3. Source number 1 voltage say V1 and current I1. Source number 2 voltage V2 and I2. Source number 3 voltage V3 and current I3. Just give me 1 second, I am getting a little noise from my side. I'll just ask to shut down. So what is my intention here is, like we have different voltages and different currents that is coming from different instances. How are we going to maintain in a microgrid fashion? So first of all, you should know what is meant by microgrid. Micro means what? 10 to power of minus 6, and it is multiplied by a grid. So grid means what? If the power rating is reaches to 10 to power of 12 watts, that is called 1 gigawatt, then it is said to be grid capacity. So then it is approximately 10 to power of 6 watts is said to be microgrid. And even some people are telling nanogrid, decogrid, picogrid, so on. So how they are putting the number depends upon this. Now if you are not following, please tell me. I hope you are following, right? So in this microgrid setup, what is the main intention point here is, how are we going to control the voltage and the current of individual sources? For now, let us take an example of our grid system, main grid system. In the main grid system, say in AC grid 220 volt AC grid system or 440 volts if you take, what is happening is, this is the voltage of this line is maintained by whom? Yes, this voltage of this line maintained by DISCOMs. These DISCOMs will maintain this line voltage. So from there, whatever the load we want, we are taking, and hence we are safe, and we are also working in a proper fashion. Now one more grid is also coming into picture. I mean one more generator is also coming into picture. So based on the droop mechanism, they will try to share the loads. So one more generator. So like ultimately what will happens, so any one of the generator, say power grid, will be responsible to maintain the voltage, and they will be controlled in a voltage control mode. Rest will act in a current control mode, such that your bus voltage will be maintained and current will be shared accordingly. So this is the basic funda that we generally see in a AC grid system. In the DC grid system, that too especially in microgrid, where you are connecting different sources. This is source 3 and this is source 2. So whenever you are connecting different sources here, now the first question arises here. Who will be maintaining the DC bus voltage? Like this DC bus voltage, who will be maintaining? So now, for example, let us take like this. For example, this is one DC source of 48 volts. And you let me take one more DC bus of 48 volts. If I connect together, okay, if these two are connected together, then if I connect a load between them, if I connect a load of say 10 ohms, who will throw the power? This source or this source? So, I mean, according to my knowledge, you can tell me that yes, sir, both source will contribute the power because it is a DC voltage segment. So this one, if I take V0 minus this by some whatever the resistance is there, and V0 by this resistance is there. Perfectly all right. But who are going to maintain the DC bus voltage? For example, you are throwing 1 ampere current, you are throwing 1 ampere current. Perfectly all right. So 2 ampere current is going to 10 ohms, it will become 20 volts only. So rest drop is happening here. So how are we going to do that? If someone is having a question?
No, sir. Fine.
Okay. So now this is the question, like who will be maintaining? So like one fellow should be maintained in a voltage mode, one fellow should be maintained in a current mode, such that this fellow will be responsible forcibly to maintain this voltage. This fellow will taking that into consideration, it will throw the current. So here also the question, if we are having 2, 3, 4 or 5 different systems that are connected with each other, who will be the responsible to maintain the voltage? Because say this is my home, this is your home, this is another home, we will tell that no, we don't want to take the responsibility, we don't want to maintain the DC bus voltage. Whatever you do, we will only try to throw the current. That is our main job. So, and your job is to maintain the DC voltage. Now, who will be doing that? That is the question. If it is in the DISCOMs and that type, yes, I can agree that DISCOM is maintaining. But if it is a community grid, there should be some source who will be maintaining this DC bus voltage. Otherwise, whatever the loads that they have connected here, that will get collapse. So for this purpose, we have to take a consensus between all these sources. Like, yes, no worries, you operate in a current control mode only, but provided whatever the voltage that we specify. So that we specify, that who is that we? So that person is this person who is sitting in the computer. So this person who is sitting in the computer, what he will tell? He will take the information of first converter V1 and I1. He will take the information of second converter V2 and I2. He will take the information of third converter V3 and I3. And from here, he will command the information to the converter 1, converter 2, converter 3 that yeah, you set now V1 star, I1 star. You set now V2 star, I2 star. Star in the sense I am putting reference value. So you set the voltage of something here, you set the voltage of something here, you set the voltage of something here, such that I will run internally a program seeing all the loads and all the stuff, such that the DC bus will maintain the voltage. So this type of software is called energy management software. So this presently we have to do. These things we have to do. Now this type of control is called supervisory control. This type of control is called supervisory control. So in this type of control mechanism, what is the important drawback is, in case if this fellow is not getting any one of the information, then what could be done? How he will set these two parameters? If the information is not coming or information is not going, then the system will be in floating mode and he cannot set these parameters, of course. Then what is the solution? So now yeah, what is the solution? Can you tell me, can any one of you, like in case if that is the case, how do you suggest? Yeah, any one of you, can you just give an idea?
Sir, taking the record of the previous values and
Huh.
estimating the predicted value. Like,
Yeah, because the load may change continuously, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah, so at the time, like say for example, at this instant, I'm so are you getting me?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So at this point of time, if something is not there, so another time it may come up.
Yes, sir, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
To some extent, maybe the estimation might help. I thought that. Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah, estimation is a good idea. That is called, you are telling in terms of forecasting, right?
Yeah, yes, yes, sir, yes, yes. Forecast.
Yeah, any other? Okay, so for this, what we go with is called control called distributed control. This is one of the buzzword now. So there are different kinds of controls. I'll tell you. One you have already seen, that is supervisory control, right? So other one is distributed control. Where is my cursor? Okay. Wait 1 second. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One is supervisory control, other one is distributed control. So now first of all you should know what is the difference between supervisory and distributed control. Now this is the one important clear cut indication people will ask so many a times when you are doing research in some sort of microgrid, either it may be DC microgrid or AC microgrid. If the controller, are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. If the controller, say this is unit number 1, this is say unit number 2 and so on, there are some n units. These n units are communicating bidirectionally with the same controller, then it is said to be supervisory control. Then it is said to be supervisory control. Otherwise, when if the unit 1 will have a supervision of a separate controller, unit 2 will have another controller, unit 3 will have another controller. So then this type of is said to be decentralized control. This is said to be decentralized control because it is centralized, but this central is happening at different location, then it is said to be a decentralized control. Now if these are the units, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 and so on, so on, so on, having controllers 1, controller 2, controller 3, but these controllers are discussing among themselves. So first controller will discuss with second controller as well as third controller. Second controller will discuss with third controller as well as third as well as first controller, this way. And first controller, again the link is already there. So what is the main benefit of this is, in case if this link is failed, or I can say that if this link is failed, no worries, we have other link. If this link is also failed, no worries, this is connected to here, this is connected to here. This type of control is called a distributed control. Very, very important. This is distributed control. Now, another important control is same thing. If we have different controls and each one is having its own, each unit is having its own control mechanism, and these are talking among themselves in a neighboring communication manner, but these three controllers having a supervisory control again, then this type of controlling is called hierarchical control. So in this type of control, yes, of course this is the best one because it is having a hardware based communication here, and again a supervisory, it's like a proof, and but it involves some cost, so we generally prefer this type of control. This is called a distributed control. In this control, if any one of the links also broken, there is no issue. With other linkages, this will talk with neighboring agents. So that is called agent based communication, also people will generally tell as agent based communication in distributed control and so on. So this is how this will happen. Now let us come to our point. So this is we will discuss here with both. I will show you a demo of supervisory control as well as distributed control both. So now once you understood these 2 points, then it is your turn to go for a hierarchical control, or maybe you apply some sort of control algorithm to make sure that load is equally shared. So now I will just go with, I will make a problem formulation, like what could be the problem formulation, how can we do that. Till now, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your friends, everyone, is it fine, right?
Sir.
Okay. Now let me take an example of something like this. So let us take this is converter number 1. This is converter number 2. This is converter number 3, and this is converter number 4. This converter 1 and converter 2 are connected. Converter 2, converter 3, converter 4, converter 3 and converter 4, and having their loads, either centralized loads or distributed loads. There is no issue. Loads are there. So each converter is having a voltage parameters V1, I1, V2, I2, V3, I3, and this can be extended to n number, Vn, In. So now let us focus at one particular location. So this particular location, focus. This is very crucial point. Try to understand how we are doing. So in this particular location we are focusing. So in this location, what we will be there is, there will be a voltage observer. Voltage observer which will observe the voltage from all the converters. It will average the voltage and it will give a summation part. Okay. So and it will compare it with what is the actual voltage reference. It will compare with what is the actual voltage reference, and whatever the value that is coming out, that is taken as a del Vi. So for example, say 1. So this is the error value, whatever the, because this is, I am looking after entire bus. the bus voltage, say for example I have 3 buses, V1 plus V2 plus V3 by 3, I will give my average voltage. This average voltage minus this one, for say this is average voltage I am getting as a 49, say for example it is 48 volt bus and the reference is 48, then the error is 1 volt. So this is 1 volt error. Now in the similar fashion, what we will do is we have to compare the current regulator. How do we design the current regulator? So as I already told you in our first prima here, what we are doing is we are taking the arithmetic summation. What is the error between actual reference value of the current and what is actual value of current? And then the output of this is definitely the error is in terms of voltage, delta V. So again observe carefully here, V0 minus Vref will be giving you a current reference, that Iref, that is error if you pass through a PI controller. So that is what I have written. Similarly, Iref minus I actual or I command will be giving a voltage reference. So similarly I have to develop a current controller also here. So now, so the current reference error value delta I can be calculated as summation of j belongs to n suffix I, because if I assume 3 it will become 3i, okay, and aij is the matrix. I will tell you what is that matrix between I per unit minus I reference per unit reference value. I can write I per unit, means I am just taking neighbor values. So it may be 2 minus 1, 1 minus 2, like this. Okay, this current value, and I am passing it through a PI controller and I am getting a voltage reference here. So let me take as del Vi2. So now what I am doing, this voltage reference, I am adding both of them and I am giving it to a converter. Whatever the converter voltage is there, that converter voltage, actually whatever voltage is there plus this voltage I am giving, such that my converter voltage will be changed. Now if you change the converter voltage, how the current will be changed? As you know from here, say for example if instead of 48 volts if it is 50 volts, obviously this will give more current. If it is 51 volts, if it is 48 volts, this will give more current compared to this. That is obvious. So that means finally our aim is to add some current value to a converter such that the converter current will be regulated indirectly. So how much amount of regulation can be done with the help of this formula? And then once you are done with all these parameters, then you can give the rest parameters, such as what is the average voltage, what is the actual current voltage here, and what is the current IIPU to another neighbors. Like this, at each and every converter, this sort of mechanism has to run such that your logic will be maintained. So this can be done at centralized location, or it can be done at distributed location also. So that is how we can able to think. So now let us go to our main program, which is there in your team viewer. Can you share with me the team viewer details, Rajendra ji?
Sir, I have already shared with you.
Okay.
Can you just check?
Okay, let me just log in.
Sir, here one doubt actually.
Yeah.
How you are getting the change in reference voltage and the output voltage is current through PI controller? How we are deciding that?
Yeah, how are we deciding that? Depending upon your load. For example, here load is saying 10 ampere, but your converter is giving 8 ampere, this converter is giving 2 ampere. There is unbalancing in the load. Okay. So now what you need to do, you have to reduce this voltage and you have to increase this voltage.
Okay.
Then only your this thing will improve. So first then it will go to 5 3, then it will go to 4 4. So then it will take certain time to reach to this state.
Okay.
And after certain time, how fast you do is depends upon your what type of control mechanism that you develop.
Yeah.
Yes, plus or minus 5% error is always allowable. Like if you turn 10 amperes, so 0.5 ampere is always neglected. It will be 10.5 or 9.5.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay. Yeah.
just I'm logging into your. So here actually I need to take access of your one system where, so you would have connected the system is like this. Just confirm again. You have one PC. You have one
Yes, sir.
PC. You have one PC. For this PC, I am giving you three converters. This is converter number 1 plus minus, and there is one more converter, converter number 2 plus minus. There is one more converter, converter 3 plus minus. This plus is connected to this. I am assuming this is the cable. These two are at some location, and this plus is connected to this. This minus is connected to this. This minus is connected to this. And here I am connecting the load anywhere.
Yeah.
Correct, right?
Yes, sir.
So now these three converters are connected to this PC using USB.
Yeah. Correct.
So I hope you would have gone through my LabVIEW program.
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to explain that program also, or you would have?
Yeah. My friends also there, right?
No, have you not shared that
I
recorded?
shared, but you also once explain, sir.
Okay,
Better.
okay, fine. So you tell me the password.
M2 BB57.
M2
BB57.
M2BB57
Yeah. Connected.
connected. Now I will share that screen. Okay, I'll stop sharing now.
Okay, sir.
Then I will share a window, that is TeamViewer, right? That
Yeah.
is TeamViewer. I'll share. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so firstly, while you are creating any program, you go to LabVIEW. So LabVIEW, we have 32-bit and 64-bit. You try to take 32-bit LabVIEW. So it's already opened actually. So now once you opened, you can create a new project. So you can save this. So this is called create project. In this project, make a blank project. In this blank project, direct create like a new VI. VI is the virtual instrumentation, and you can tap as a control T. So since if you know this LabVIEW programming, this is much more easiest programming compared to all other programs. So if you want to compare any two, or if you want to add or subtract, whatever you want to do, you can do that very easily. So for example, if I want to add two numbers, are you getting any noise from backside of mine?
Some song is coming, sir.
Okay, okay, let
Some
me.
music.
Yeah, I'll ask them to stop it. Yeah, 1 second.
But it is okay. That much. It is not that
No,
much
no,
noisy.
even it is disturbing me also. Actually, that's why I asked you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So now if you want to add two numbers, so A and B, so there are two windows here, that is called, first one is the front, I mean like front panel, other one is block diagram. Front panel is the location where we can see all the values and we can give whatever the input and we can see whatever the output that we want, and we can see a numerical, graphical, very nice outputs here. And you can add these two using in block diagram. In the block diagram, if you go to numeric, you can have so many values, and you can connect these to A and these to B, and you can connect to the output. So now if you run this, obviously, so if you have to run continuously, so you can check A, B, A. When I am changing values, it will be changing automatically, and you can increase the scale automatically, and you can even increase the size also, like whatever you like, and you can increase this size, everything, like you can change that size of the font also, you can change something like this. So you can do that some sort of graphics on your desktop, and you can control in detail of the program also. So now if you want to run this program in a complete run, you can go to a while loop. While is a infinite loop which is with having a control, create control button. So and you can, when you run it, and it's not like our MATLAB where you have to just execute and see whether the error is coming or not. So if any error is there, it will automatically display. For example, if I delete this point, there is a loose connection, so you will not get error, you will not get a run button to run this. So when you show that, like where is the error, it will show you, it is it will highlight. So like this, it will be given you a link A, B, and all the stuff. So it's like a runtime compiler is already there, and it will show you the immediately all the values and the problem results and everything stuff. That is why even we have used some sort of protocol that can be used to control our converter. So the converter is programmed in such a way that to control our logic. So now let us directly go to our control and let us see how the program is running. And I have made a supervisory control. In the supervisory control, so you can see so many things are there. Among them, the important is generator power.vi. So in this one, I have created a 3 blocks. So this is block number 1 till this point. So this is block number 1 till this point, and for converter 1 program, this is converter 2 program. Are you able to see my cursor?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Yeah, so the other side is the converter 3. So like 3 converters are there. In each converter we are able to measure input current, output current, input voltage, output power, and the communication. Like if you want to communicate with any converter, we should have a communication button. And initially what is the voltage and current set points. Later on, with the help of the program, the gains values will be automatically tuned in such a way that the converter will come to a stabilized state. So here one important thing is, my aim to maintain a voltage of 36 volts, and my aim is to share the equal power among the 3 converters. Now for this I have to go to the program. So I will give you the password of the program also. Here see, I think I cannot zoom this program, but you can able to see. So these blocks are our proprietary blocks, so you cannot you may not be able to open that blocks. So what actually you require is, where is the output voltage? If you double click, you can able to see where is the output voltage, where is the output current, input voltage of the second panel. This is output voltage 2 means second, output voltage 3 means third converter, output voltage means first converter. Now what I am doing is I am triggering a signal. I am triggering a signal to activate the 3 controllers at a time. Okay, now what I am doing, output current, that means I am taking current of 1 minus current 2, current of 2 minus current of 3, like whatever we have discussed earlier. So my neighboring values, I minus I1 plus I minus I2. I'm making some sort of group because I don't have any actual value of resistance. I'm assuming there may be a small drop of 0.1. I'm allowing through a PID controller, and the error I'm giving a limits. Within that limits, the current will be there and it will be given. This current value will be given. This current value as a given to a voltage set here. See, I have written here voltage set. So this course value at del V, this del V is going there and it is hitting my converter, and accordingly the converter will run. So here you no need to know about internal schematic what it is internally running, but your main aim is where are the output current terminals, output voltage terminals are there. This output current and output voltage terminals, how are we trying to put in the PA controller to minimize the error and to give a del value, that del value with a limits, and that del value del V we are setting. So the same thing I am following for first converter. If you see about the third converter, in the third converter also it is like this, 3 minus 2, 3 minus 1. In the first converter, if you see 1 minus 2, 1 minus 3. Since there are 3 converters, I am making this kind of setup. Okay. So now, first of all, I want to see which converter is assigned for which one. For this, what you need to do is, you have to go to a device manager.
Sir, these are all buck converters, 3
Yeah.
buck converters or what?
Yeah, 3 buck converters.
Okay.
So are you able to?
Yeah, these microgrid boxes are only power circuit are having.
Yes.
So we are controlling using this LabVIEW
Yes.
by connecting USB cable.
Yes. So generally, if you go for outsiders, I mean like semicron based converters and all converters, you have to procure IGBT modules first, and then drivers, and then sensors, and then a controller board, and then a control logic you have to develop. It's like a very big history. So now what we did is, since we have already researched for so many years, we come up with such a setup which is embedded with all the information. It is having the I switches, it is having the driver board, it is having the required controller program, everything. But we are giving a control to the user with the help of this thing, computer, such that the user will be able to know.
Okay. It's like software. They are like hardware, everything.
Yeah, yes. It's a single shot.
Okay.
They don't need to go for all the stuff. So in your screen, are you able to see device manager?
Yes, sir.
Can you open the device manager?
Yeah. Make it.
Okay. So under the components and ports, you have COM3, COM4, COM5. If you see there, are you able to see COM3, COM4, COM5 under device manager, ports
Yes,
and
sir.
COMs? So each COM port will be assigned for one converter each. So now I'm assigning one port of one converter, COM3, COM4 and COM5. Now I am setting a voltage of 36 and 5, 36 and 5, 36 and 5. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
Now I am running the button. Now if I start running the button, and all will show me like if any error is there, then it's absolutely go. So now is all are switched on?
Yeah, no, sir. I
Yeah,
should switch on.
yeah, you switch on. That's why it is running out of the control. You are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I'm seeing like here direct.
Yeah, you are seeing directly, but so your friend Swagat Panda and Shiva Prasad. Swagat Panda, are you able to get that? What I am trying to tell you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any questions, please feel to ask.
Should I
Yes,
turn
sir.
on the front panel on off switch also, sir?
Yeah, on off, on. You make it all or on. See, so this is one of the debug point. So what will happen in case if you try to switch on the program without switching on the converters, the program will go out of control. It will run continuously.
Okay.
Now, once you make sure that all are on properly, COM3, COM4 and COM5. Now you run this. Now definitely all will show certain things. So one is not connected properly, I think. So we'll stop again. Not one, all are not connected. So I will do certain change.
It should be PU mode, sir. Right, sir?
Sorry?
It should be in PU mode, right? These DC microgrids.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Means it is connected to main supply only.
Yes, yes. AC supply.
Yeah, AC supply. So we'll save the program again and we'll close it and we'll execute again. Yeah, now you can able to see. So it is actually real time. Okay, 1 second is
Okay.
equal to 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
So this is 48 something is going. Here it is also 48 something is going. Here is also 48 something is going. 48.32. Now in the three converters which is presently with you, at the bottom of the display you can see 48 point something. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir. 48. Sir, how are you deciding that COM3, COM4 randomly are?
No, actually when you keep one USB,
Okay.
that particular USB will detect as one COM.
Okay. Only one COM it will detect.
Yeah, only one COM.
Okay. Okay. Suppose if now here we have COM3, right? There we will get only COM3.
Yes, like for example, if you remove these three and if you connect to any one of the USB, that USB committed automatically it will decide. You don't need to worry.
Okay.
Okay. So now I will switch on one by one. This on off button you can switch on. Now you can see how much amount of current you may be the current if from one of the converter the current is 0.
Okay.
and from other converter the current is something like up and down, and from one converter the current is giving something like. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can you spell out 0.7 ampere is the correct current from one converter, and from rest two converters it is 0? Yeah. First is like in the display what you are able to see 0 0 0 or voltage current, you can see 36 volts. That which I'm sure 36 volts you may be able to see.
Around 48, 49 it is showing, sir.
48 14.
Voltage.
No, not input voltage, output voltage on the
Output
display.
voltage is, yeah, it is around 36.
Okay, below that there will be output current.
Output current. One of, yeah, it is second converter is showing 0 almost.
Yeah, third converter.
Third converter is almost showing 0.7, 0.6, 0.7.
Yeah, 0.6, 0.72.
0.73 it is showing. Okay.
0.72, 0.73 it is fluctuating.
Yeah, yeah.
And the power is like 25 to 26 watts it may be there.
Yes, sir. 26 around. Yeah.
Yeah, here you can able to see that. Actually, whatever it is there, I am able to replicate these values here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so now I want to operate the converter, another converter, say for example. Now I am keeping 36.1. So what I am doing, I am little increasing. So I have not entered into current mode yet. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So when I increase 36.1, this system will took a part.
Okay.
The other converter. Before which was giving the current, it gone to other state, 0.
Yeah.
So now I will give 36.05 here.
Now the third converter is going 0.
Yeah. Second converter,
It is going some 0.6 ampere, 7 ampere.
whatever earlier it was going here.
It was earlier second converter is 0. Now the third converter is 0.
Yeah. Now you can see both converter will try to give the current.
Yes, but second converter is getting 0, sir.
Second converter I will little increase so that so these are all like we are doing some sort of manual current controlling.
So the meaning of this going 0 and going some 0.6 is to maintain DC link.
Yeah, so what are we doing is del V value was there, right? I am adding manually that del V, maybe a 0.1, 0.11 like that.
Okay.
And I want to see how much del V it is actually working, equal sharing.
Okay. Okay.
So since we have used very less resistance there, it require in terms of very minute voltage.
Resistance means load resistance, you are saying?
Yeah.
It is around 55, sir.
55
ohms.
And amperage?
Ampere, 10 ampere.
You go towards little short circuit side.
Okay.
At least 3-4 ampere let it draw.
Yeah.
Go on. Still. Go on. Go towards short circuit. It is still 1 only. You can go further. Go further. Yeah. You can see how the voltage current is raising.
Is it fine or should I?
Go towards short circuit still. It is only 1.5. Yeah, it may be okay now. So see, you are still able to maintain 36 volts.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost.
Yeah, see it is, I mean, I have resolution into so more so that you can able to
Okay.
see transient also. It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
36.05, it is 36.35.
Sir, this is also like MATLAB only, right?
Sorry, MATLAB, yeah,
This is also like simulations for MATLAB,
yes, yeah, yeah, it
but we
is,
can connect a hardware
yes,
through this PC through these cables.
yes, yes. So actually we have to give little more lengthy cables, at least zero point
Okay,
0.1 ohms resistance should be there.
okay.
Okay, such that,
So these USB cables you are saying.
no, not USB cables, I'm telling between connectors.
These are lengthy cables only, sir. Yeah, you people already sent that cables, right? That cable using that cables only I am connecting.
Acha. Okay, fine. So now you can able to see like in one is going like 5 ampere, one is going like zero point 0.4 ampere.
Yes, sir.
So now, I mean, earlier it was sharing only one. Now
Point
it,
0.6, sir. Very less.
huh. Now I will, so still I'm doing manually to check
Okay. Okay.
like at what voltage these are giving high currents and something.
Okay.
Now you can see one is raising like anything, one is dropping like anything.
Yeah. The third converter.
Still it is, I have not given Drup any value there, so that will be still at 0.
Okay. The droop is based on DC link voltage, sir.
That resistance that you are connecting, right?
Okay.
The cable resistance.
Oh.
Hmm.
So when we will get to know that which droop we need to change and all.
That is what the control scheme will decide.
Okay.
Now you can see one is drawing like, oh, it again to gone to 5, right?
Yeah, yeah. 5 ampere.
36.1 I'll keep. This one I'll keep 36.2. Two. See now you can see something is raising there. Okay, let us let it be there. So random values are sharing. Okay, so I'll play with this
Okay.
converter. 36.2. So now it will start taking the current.
So now this time second converter is getting 0.
Huh.
So is it like that or
Yeah,
always
yeah,
like that only?
it is like that only. See, this is manually we are doing, right?
Okay.
So we have to make it automatic to make the sharing to be equal.
Okay. In automatic also, suppose the two converters are having some currents and another converter should be 0. The current
No, no, it should not be. It should be equal current should share.
all the converters.
That is our aim. Equal current
Okay.
should be shared among all the converters. So our main objective is to share the equal current and to maintain the DC bus voltage same.
Okay. Suppose if any converter, one of the converters fails, the other converter should carry those equal
Yes,
currents.
yes.
So we should have a limit for that.
Yes. So that will now we are see if you try to do it automatic, if you do manually, whenever you are doing something, one converter is giving current, one converter is not giving current.
Okay.
So then now our program will come into picture. So still now we have tried manually to
Okay.
set the currents.
Okay.
But what is actually happening whenever we are trying to set, one converter is into on mode, one converter into off mode, one converter is giving more power, one converter is giving less power. Now we have to develop a program such that these three currents will be approximately equal to same.
Okay.
So now this is the command signal CS. This is the PI values.
Yeah.
So that we have to tune the PI values. Now we don't need to tune this. Now we have to tune this PI value. Did you work with anytime PI controller?
Yeah, in simulations we have done some manual changes.
Yes. Like this is also something like that.
Okay.
So now when you switch on the PI controller, I mean like command signal, now you can see how the current sharing will automatically takes place, how the jumpings will be there, and how the automatically they will settle to one certain point. Now you can see three converters will try to jump. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually some. See now, this.
Sir, is it recording?
Yes, I think it is recording. Yeah, it is getting recorded. Yes.
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
you can
Now
see the three will be trying to give, but oscillations are happening.
two converters are having averagely same current, sir.
No, we should not go for average. We will go for actual equal current sharing.
Okay.
So now,
But
so which converter is not giving that converter? Let us slightly change the timings. I mean gain values.
okay. Okay. What this control signal is doing CS exactly?
Yeah, CS is making this program automatic. So as I will show you here, this is CS. This is the command signal. Okay, this command signal I am giving for every converter program. Once it is CS is activated, this program will be activated and a coercive value will come.
Okay.
This coercive value, what I am doing is I am adding to the voltage set point. What I was doing manually, voltage up and down,
Okay. Okay.
I have given here.
Yeah.
So such that what will happen is the current is shared among all these three equally.
Is there any interlink, sir, to share equally?
Yes, yes, interlink is there, no? How the interlink is happening? This is say converter 3. Converter
Okay,
3
okay.
minus converter 1. Converter
Yeah.
3 minus converter 2.
Okay, okay.
So I am taking the information of other converters into the same computer.
Yeah.
And then I am
Yes, sir.
doing that.
Yeah.
Now, this will be sometime oscillate, and I mean we have to do it properly,
Okay.
such that so I mean for small values change, also there will be a big jump also you can see. So that is how you also maybe design your
PA values.
PA value KPKI. So how long the cable length is between one converter other converter?
Almost converters. Okay. Converters. It is almost 1.5 meter, 2 meters, sir. One and a
Do
half
you
meter,
have
2 meters.
any cable bundles with you to just mimic actual program?
Okay. Sir,
So
the size is less actually. Your cable size is around 4.0 square meter. This we have only 1.5 square meter. Is it okay?
yeah, okay. If you have cable bundles, then you
Yeah,
can
I can.
connect. You can mimic exactly the thing.
Okay.
Can you
But is
reconnect?
there a
Can you reconnect if you have, so that I'll show you
bundle?
equal sharing.
Bundle means how much length you want, sir?
I mean normal cable bundle, 50 meters, 100 meters maybe there, no?
They are in again another lab, sir. We need to open the lock and all. Can
Acha.
I?
Yeah, that will be better because anyway you have seen the technicalities. Now I wanted to make sure that the equal sharing should happen.
Okay.
So in the meantime I will try to tune the PI.
Okay, sir.
If you bring that, that will be much better.
Okay, okay. I'll bring, sir.
Yeah, yeah, I'll wait. So you connect. So for example, this is one converter, right? Positive, negative. This is another converter, positive, negative. So you have wire bundle something like this. You connect here, you connect here, and you have say one more positive, negative. You connect one more wire bundle here, and that will be okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. Understood. Understood.
Hmm. So again we'll go to Super DC. and then supervisory control.
Sir, this is not a licensed one.
No, this is not a licensed one. We
So,
can actually, it is not there in the this thing to provide license.
okay. So, how many days it will work, sir?
It will work for 90 days. I can provide you license off the shelf. You can use that.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I think 3 are activated, right?
Voltage, okay. Voltage, voltage. Yes, sir.
See, now you can see comparatively last time and this time difference.
Hmm.
So actually what will happen is when you try to connect two converters nearby, they are
Okay.
just like parallel, and they will see which one to act in voltage control mode, which one to act in current control mode. So both will fight and they will jump across. One will act in voltage, one will act in control. So that experiment you have seen random oscillations.
So, based on cable resistance also, okay, it will
Yes.
decide current control, current voltage.
Yes, exactly. Now I will little
How, how
raise.
how that is, sir? Um, how automatically it will decide among themselves, like I should operate like current voltage, I should
Yeah,
operate current.
yes. So what will happen is one converter I am trying to act in voltage control mode because I am getting signal from all of them. So I have to
Okay,
maintain this voltage and this current. But in the
okay.
meantime, other fellow will try to maintain that voltage and that current.
Hmm.
So like the fighting will happen in between them.
Okay.
Now you can see, for example, if I clear the chart. So as and when you make some sort of resistance in between them, you can see that there is some sort of agreement that is going on in between,
Okay.
like no oscillations. They are sharing the current, but in some proportion,
Hmm. Hmm.
which may not be exactly equal, but they are sharing
Yeah,
in some proportion.
yeah. Here also, I have not taken the coil size. All are same, not same.
That is why it is random. Because in reality also those should be not same. It may be different.
If the wire length is same, then
No, 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 no.
resistance is same.
No, if the wire length is same, then it will equally share.
Okay.
Since you have made wire length different, that is a practical condition.
Actually, earlier it was all our the cables are same size and same length, sir.
But the resistance was negligible.
Okay.
The length of the wire was very small.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here you have given considerable length of wire
Hmm.
such that the power sharing we have to see now.
Okay.
Now I am switching on the control signal.
Mm-hmm.
Now see what is happening.
Okay.
Now oscillations will come, but it will get settled. If it is not getting settled, so we have to change our tuning.
Okay.
But it will settle in certain time
Yeah.
to a perfect value.
Converter the three is giving very less power, sir. Output power 20 watts something.
Now it will slowly rise. Just wait. And then we'll tune our parameters to make it to be equal sharing.
Okay.
See, now the oscillations has reduced.
Yeah. this is not like whenever we want we can stop. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. There is no time. We kept as we kept we took while loop.
Hmm.
Okay.
So some slight tuning may be required.
Okay.
So now you are like if you want to do some sort of research here, what you can do is you can give a adaptive tuning, adaptive control.
Okay. Okay.
See very clearly how the control scheme is happening. When I switch off this, it is settling its own pace.
Which one, sir?
When I switch off this control signal here,
Okay.
it is settled at its own pace.
Yeah. Around 1.9. Yes.
1.51 and it is 2.3 and it is 1.4. Now here if we switch on the control, it will start the oscillations
Okay.
and then it will settle. So third one current is little less, so what we do, we have to add like we'll increase this value. Minus 0.0007.
Sir, we can do one thing. Individually, we can manage it to maintain exact current, and then later we can take at a time all the controllers.
I mean, this is we are using a supervisory control, no? So three values
Okay,
are
I'm
going to
saying like
one particular location.
okay,
So no issues. I mean, we can do some in control here. We can just check. You can see some slight change when one is increasing, other one is decreased. That tuning we can do perfectly
okay,
equal control tuning. Now you are able to observe, right?
yeah.
One is going to 1.2 ampere, other one is going to. So what is total current? 6 ampere, huh? 5 ampere,
Total I've taken here rheostat is 10 amperes, sir. Here we are up. We gave a limit up to 5 only.
5 only, right?
Yeah.
So 1.8, 1.8, 1.8. Approximately
The
that
cluster. Okay. Tell me, sir.
up 1.8 may be the OK point. See now you can able to see
Fluctuations are there. We cannot.
no, we will reduce the fluctuation. We can use the filter to remove all these fluctuations.
Maybe they are settling down now.
No, I'm still tuning actually.
Okay. Okay.
I'm still tuning. So you can see a gradual increment in one, gradual decrement in other. Output in the two it is decreasing. In the three it is increasing.
Yes, sir.
And one it is almost maintain the constant between 1.6 to 1.8.
Yeah.
Now you can observe. Yeah, I think I'm bringing it more or less to closer. it is between 1.92 to 1.98. 0.06 ampere, there is a difference.
Okay.
This is 1.7 to 1.7. 1.71 to 1.72. This is 1.66 to 1.72.
Yeah.
So you can see, even if you take in terms of percentage,
Almost.
1.9 is one sharing, 1.7 one sharing, 1.7 other sharing. 0.2 ampere is the error. Now, I mean that error further can be minimized. 0.2 ampere in 2 amperes. It will be like how much percentage? 10 percentage?
How much, sir? 10.
10 percentage?
What are the values? Point.
0.2 to 2.
0.22. 2 by 10. Yes, sir. Almost.
Almost 10%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that 10% error you can see. Now they are almost settled and constant. 1.661 is 1.65.
Yeah, it is almost. Yeah.
So like this it will take some time, oscillations, and then it will get settled. Now
Okay.
voltage is 36 volts. So you can see completely it is maintaining 36 volts.
Yes, sir.
So now you can slightly change the load, like towards short circuit side. Let us increase a little more current and see how it is happening. Are you change in all three?
Yes. Yes, sir.
That means our converter is working fine.
Yeah.
Our control algorithm, for every change in load also, it is trying to share that much proportionate load current.
Almost.
Again, that will depends upon our tuning. So if you make 20%, 20% will, 10% will carry. In 2 ampere, 10% is 0.2, means in 4 ampere, 10% will be 0.4 ampere.
Yeah.
That 0.4 ampere you can see always.
Okay.
And after certain time they will get settled.
Okay.
And in the voltage it is 36.7.
It is fine. Voltage is fine, sir.
So you are trying to. So these are all the things that you have to capture while you are doing some sort of experimentation. So when the sudden decrement will happen, what will happen? Increment will happen. How these are happening? So when you design your own controller, you will come to know how these are working.
Okay.
Now, shall we do distributed control?
Okay, sir. Fine.
Are you got the clarity? I have recorded everything session,
Okay.
so it will be easy for you,
Yes, sir. Yes.
to
Yeah.
recheck.
To
So here,
revise.
complete play is around controller.
Okay.
Okay. Now let us connect in a distributed control way.
Okay, sir.
So I'll just open, like int I will open. In the distributed control you do like this, okay? I'll just tell you. You have, this is PC number 1. For the PC 1, connect to the converter. For PC 2, connect the converter using USB.
Okay.
For PC 3, connect the converter using USB. So these three are 3 different locations. Now, but the connection will be same for plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus to bundle, plus to plus, minus minus minus, and you can connect load anywhere we want.
Yeah.
Now we will deploy the same algorithm using in a distributed manner instead of a supervisory manner. We'll make in a distributed manner. Supervisory, what we did, all the control we took in a single computer. Now we will take in a three different computers.
Okay.
Okay, now I will stop the recording and then you can do. Yeah, as I told you, in the distributed control, in a supervisory control, what happens? Single computer, we are connecting three systems.
Yeah.
If any one of the link is failure,
Okay.
you cannot communicate to other connectors.
Yeah.
You don't get other values.
Okay.
In distributed control, it is not like that. If any one of the link is also failure, through a chain reaction, you can able to get other values
Okay.
into.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Understood. Understood.
Yeah. So first system, let us go.
Okay.
This is first system. In this system, you go to control R. Okay.
Okay.
Control R means command. CMD command prompt. In the command prompt, you can go to IP config IP config. So see here the IP address. Note down this IP address.
Wait, sir.
So there are two IP address here. It is LAN local area and this is a default. Okay, you note down these two. Generally this should be 192.168.137.1. You note down this one.
Sir, 192.168. That one I should note, right?
Yeah, you note this one. This is the IP address of this computer.
Okay.
Okay. Now let us go to other
Yeah.
computer. In the other computer also, you go to command prompt. You can find out IP config. Oh, sorry. You note down these things. That is also same, no?
Same, sir.
You
One.
then you note down this 10.196.3.217.
Okay, sir.
This is Wi-Fi connected, huh?
Yes, actually Ethernet is there, Wi-Fi is there. Both are there. Right now it is Ethernet connected only.
10.196.3.217.
Yes, sir.
Ethernet connected or Wi-Fi connected? It is showing Wi-Fi also.
Both are there, sir. Actually, here you can see bottom. See here, Ethernet connected and the Wi-Fi is also connected.
Acha, both are connected. Okay, so because then what should I take? Default gateways for both of them is same. Okay, you take this one.
Yeah.
10.196.3.1117. In this one, where is the other PC?
Not. You want the details, sir?
No, wait. I want to also see, no? What is the other PC address? That is 145. That is the one?
126
Yeah.
7040239. That one.
One second. I
The
think.
black one, sir. I've sent two images recently. The first one.
1452. This is not the one?
1452 is just now you have modified.
Okay. 1
The
2
1267
1267
67. That one. 040
04040
239.
239.
That's it, sir. Password is 1i5
Yeah, 1
i5
I5 4FG.
4fg.
Yeah, like this is what I want. Oh,
Close. So this IP address we need to enter in that program or what, sir?
yes. Because we want to connect to that program, right?
Okay.
This I think this PC is little slow, isn't it? Or all are fine speed.
Otherwise, I will take that number.
10.196.2.148.
Earlier we have taken the 772 that number only, sir.
Yeah, see,
Is it
this is
correct?
what is this number and earlier number same 172 1734.
No, not same, but earlier PC we have taken this IP address.
First PC, no?
Second PC. First PC we have taken the here only IP4 address, V4 address. But
Okay.
second PC we have taken some other.
Okay, let me check. In the first, here it is. Here also 10 dot is there. Yeah, 10 dot is also there. You can take this 10.1.
Okay.
10.250.4.4. This is which PC number? Let us designate. This is the first one. Okay. 10.250.4.4. In the second one, we can take
196
this one.
3217.
10.250, no? That one.
Okay.
10.250.4.3.
Okay, sir. So second one also we have taken.
You just check the gateway is same 10.250.4.4.250 in both of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
same, right?
Yes.
Now the third one will take. Third one is commanding little slow, I think. Can you open? Yeah. 10 dot this one, first one. 10.250.4.20. All are different, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us take in this where is WDCMG? In this one, in this one, in this one, MEC, DC grid, distributed control. So the program is also same here. Oh. This one let us close. Generator power. Yeah, here that number you keep, other two. So
Yes.
because this computers is right, this computer IP is 10.2.4.20.
10.250.4.4.
4.20, this one.
That is.
Presently the computer which we are working, you keep other two computers, side by computers.
Sir, the IP address which you shown just now, that is other computer.
Not this computer.
This computer. This computer.
This computer only, right?
No,
4.20.
sir. Next. 4.20 is not this computer. Other computer.
No. Other computer is 4.3. Other computer is
I
4.4.
will check. I'll check this computers once, sir.
You can check. No, let me get down. Yeah, you can check. I think you are in first computer which we worked, right?
Yes, sir.
No, I was showing you third computer actually.
See, sir. This is third computer we are showing.
Okay, so let us go. I mean, are you seeing my screen? You just sit on the first. Are you sitting on the first computer only or second computer?
First means till afternoon we have done that in that.
In that computer you are sitting, right?
Yes.
Okay, in that computer, I'll open the program. So this is second computer. This first computer. I think we should write some notepad like note. This should be 1, 2. This is 1, right?
Yes, sir.
This is 1. Oh, yeah.
I have note down, sir. I have note down. No problem.
Yeah. I don't know. No, I forgot.
So this is this PC only.
This PC only. You wrote down other 2 computer address here.
Yeah.
So I'm recording everything here so that you will also be see again and again.
Randomly also can I like third PC, second PC like that I have.
Yeah, you can keep. You can keep. There is no.
Okay. Yes, sir. Then.
Okay, save it. Now go to PC number 2. So I'm opening that PC. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm noting. I'm making that folder 2 करके. Okay. Is it the one I'm working?
Yes, sir. Next one.
2 is I have. Yeah, 2 I have written. Is it the one, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So in this, it's already opened or what? I think it is opened already. Same thing I opened, right?
Yes, sir. Open.
Yeah. So here you note
Other
down
2 PCs.
other 2 PCs IP addresses.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Done.
Okay, let us save this also. Now in this one again we will go to other third PC. So I'm working on third PC, right?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, done. Now we can start one by one. So let us start from here only.
Yeah.
So here,
I should turn on. I'll
yes, you should
like
turn on all the things, all 3 boxes.
Yes, sir.
All are turned on, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let me cascade all these 3 one by one. So you sit any one of the computer,
Okay.
maybe computer number 3 you will sit.
Okay, sir.
and I'll operate other two computers. You operate computer number 3.
Okay.
So now you can press the run button. So there is a Gen 1 RE is receiver 1, receiver 2 buttons are there.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You click those buttons.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
Yes.
just press the run button. And then you can give allow access. Password it is asking. Micro 123, no, you told?
Yes, sir. Micro at the rate 123.
MIC
For microprocessor.
micro at the rate 123.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Allow access. Okay. Allow access.
I am getting, sir. I am getting error 56 occurred at TCP.
Yeah. MICRO at the rate 123. Allow access. So this is perfectly working. Computer number 2. Computer number 1 is having the error of computer 2 is also working.
3 is having work error, sir.
Okay, 3 is there. Let me connect. 3 is okay, and it is COM3 fine. Stop. Oh, it is working actually. Its values are coming, no?
Values are coming, but input current is 0, output current is 0.
We have not switched on.
Okay.
This is switched on. Switch on.
Yeah.
Switch on. You can press the control signal also to be on. CS. Yeah. I made it off again, sorry. Are you getting power
Yes, sir.
in 3 computers?
Right, sir. I am checking.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay. One in 2 pieces we are getting pulsating power, sir.
Yeah, oscillations may be occurring.
Oscillation. But 2 heavy oscillations.
Heavy
Like
oscillation.
0 to 100, something like that.
Acha.
Yeah,
Oh,
in all the pieces we are getting same. Almost 0 to 100 oscillation.
now you will
Voltage.
learn. Only actually, the change, the gain has to be controlled properly. See, now I change the
Okay.
gain value. You cannot see any oscillations.
Yeah, P proportional value gain.
Yeah, proportional and integral gains.
Okay. Yeah. Now perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, earlier we are getting only around 75 something output power.
Hmm.
Now we are getting almost 180, 170.
Maybe that terminals would have changed to here and there. Resistance would have changed.
Okay.
I mean, otherwise, some resistance would have gone to some other value.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, I mean, this is very simple. When you start experimentation, here what is
Okay.
actually happening, we are able to communicate with other systems which are there in different location.
Okay.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So like
Yes, sir. Yes.
you, if I have a system in Hyderabad, if you have a system in Delhi,
Mm-hmm.
you can able to control these three systems.
Yeah, remotely. Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah. So remote, this is called remote DC microgrid interconnection.
Okay.
So what you do is you just go through all these things,
Okay.
and tomorrow will come again, because in one day it will be heavy for you.
Okay.
You today go through little bit converter by converter. You first try with
Yeah.
supervisory control, and you try
Okay.
to maintain the equal sharing,
Okay.
and then again we'll come to distributed control.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So let us stop now today. We'll continue tomorrow again.
Okay, sir.